Hello and happy Tuesday. It's Cafesito Tuesday. Today's one of those days where I need some coffee. Make sure you subscribe. Share this video, y'all. For my birthday, that's what I would love. If you would share this video, give it a thumbs up, and let's get into it. I'm tired. I'm tired, but I'm excited because I feel like I've been pushing myself. I've been grinding, pushing out content for Izzy Wonderland and FAIV family. Stay tuned. And I also have to finish some client work, some things that I was commissioned for. But today I was like thinking about all week because I feel like I haven't really had time to like really sit down and brainstorm. And sometimes we get caught up in trying to plan things, and the best things sometimes are things that come from the heart. So I was driving from picking up my son, and I witnessed this accident. I was thinking about the value of a person, the value of us, and sometimes we struggle with that. We struggle with knowing how important we are, how we were made with a purpose, we were made with a specific design. Like God knows the numbers on your head, the number of pores you have on your face, the number of fibers in every part of our being. I mean, are you kidding me? Like, there is nobody like us. Like, no one is a duplicate copy. Like, there's twins, yes, but what I'm saying is no one is like you. And you know, if you've lost anybody in your life, maybe you've had some people who knew that they were valuable, and maybe some people who didn't necessarily think that about themselves. And I was thinking about somebody that we've lost, and man, I don't think that they knew how important they were. And you know, that saying where they're like, oh, you know, somebody's absence is louder than their presence, or like, you know, if you don't appreciate somebody now, it's true. It's like, it's crazy how when somebody is in your life, even a friend maybe, or somebody that was important to you, maybe you guys grow apart even, and when they're not around, sometimes it hurts because, you know, maybe there was something that happened that caused you guys to grow apart. Maybe there's some things you grew from, you learned from. And even I have a friend who she moves out of town, even though we never saw each other just because our schedules or, you know, just life. But the fact that she wasn't in the same place as me really made me sad. I almost got teary-eyed. But it's funny because like 1 minute, you know, you can be here and the next you're not. But it's funny when somebody's not in your life, how much you think about them. Or when they, you know, are no longer with us, you're like, man, like you think so many memories about them. You think about, man, if they were here, you know, that feeling hurts so much. But it made me think, like, I was very sad about my birthday because I'm going into another era. It actually made me sad, not because a negative thing, just because I feel like I've had some really good times, some really amazing learning experiences during my 20s. But it's just like a sign of like time goes by, time waits for nobody. So that's why I always, it might sound repetitive what I say, my messages, but I just want it to be clear to the people who are viewing my videos, that I feel like there's not enough of that in the world. Positivity, everybody's against one another, or everybody's competing against one another. Nobody wants to know, nobody wants to share their secrets. And you know, I've been like that before. I'm like, I've worked hard. I don't want to tell you how I got to where I got, what I used to do what I do. And yes, respectfully, yes, you shouldn't be asking people some of their secrets, but there comes a time where it's like, it doesn't matter if somebody's doing the same job or career, or I don't know, something like how you're doing it, because it's not going to be the same thing that you're doing, that God called you to do. But I feel like it's important to let people around you know how special they are to you. If you're thinking about them, I feel like that's like an unction to reach out to them. So that's what I try to do, because I'm not like the best sometimes with like reaching out to people. So when I do think about them, I'll shoot them a text, I'll shoot them encouragement, even if they don't necessarily write me back right away or at all. I just feel like if we have the gift to encourage other people, then you should do that. We need to make this world a better place, and how we could do that is just by our immediate interactions. How do we show love to one another? How do we show love to people who open the door for us, or the cashiers at the what is that called, the supermarket or the gas station, or people where if we're going for a walk and we pass somebody, do we look at them, do we smile? And I feel like in that way this world would be just a little bit brighter. And that is God's love. God's love, he looks at everybody and everything and he sees it beautiful. Like me and my husband were talking about that the other day, and because I said something like an animal was ugly, and he's like, no, and I was kind of surprised because he was like, all of God's creatures are beautiful. And I said, even roaches? But it made me think, like, it's true. Like we worry and we waste so much time comparing ourselves to other people. We compare our talents, we compare our looks, we compare our family, our life. And it's like every single person has a journey that we don't know anything about. If you see somebody being happy, or you see them being joyful and confident, don't take it always as like a cocky thing. Maybe that person spent a lot of time being insecure and being very self-conscious, and just hating their image, their body, or their face, or their hair, blah blah blah. And maybe it took a lot for them to get out of that place, and when they felt the confidence, they got up and they wanted to show the world. Maybe there's a business somebody thought that they would never be able to start, and even maybe they might feel insecure, and it took a lot for them, and that's why they post so much about their business. Maybe there's women out there who didn't feel so great all the time and they felt sad, or maybe they're staying at home, or maybe they're gained a little weight or something like that that made them insecure. Maybe makeup is their, you know, boost me up. But we need to stop being so critical and stop assuming that somebody does the actions that they choose is because of something else. And if it is a negative purpose, then pray for them instead of, you know, pointing out the negative. I see that so much. But the whole purpose of this, let's draw it back, okay, is you know, everybody has value, everybody has purpose, and there's no race like to get farther than somebody else. We should all be striving for the people around us, our family, our friends, even our enemies. That's why the Lord says pray for your enemies. As much as it hurts, as much as it hurts. I mean, it hurts me sometimes, but because I'm very sensitive. So when somebody whom I try to show love to, or doesn't really love me back, or doesn't really show me the love that or the respect that I deserve, or I think I deserve, I guess. When they're mean, or when they talk about me, I don't want to see them do good. Naturally, the natural carnal part of me, y'all can judge me if you want to, because y'all know you do it too. You don't want to see them win. But as I've been in this walk with God, God has shown me, like, there's a reason why those people are like that sometimes, and I've learned to pray for them. The moment I don't always pray about it. It takes me a little while sometimes, but the moment I feel aggravated or upset or hurt by somebody, I'm like, you know what? There's probably a reason why they're like that. There's probably something that made them that way. And so I have to pray for them. I'm like, Lord, bless them. bless them so much it hurts. And some of those people, I've seen their life change, and they change in a positive way. But I know that, you know, we can't be close or nothing like that, but I wish you well. But today, reach out. If you think about somebody, reach out to them. If you feel like you have to encourage somebody, you know, and you feel like sometimes, that's what happens to me all the time. I feel like there's some people that they key, but they're not really, they're like not really he, you know what I'm saying? If you know what that means, you know what that means. But I pray for them. I pray for all their endeavors and businesses to go well. I pray that God would surround them with community, and that God will be a light in their life. And that's what we have to do. This world is very dark and mean and rude and nasty, and but that is it for my message today. Let somebody know that you love them. Forgive, and even if people don't forgive you for your past mistakes, that's on them. We make mistakes. That's why we need Jesus. That's right, Jesus. I've made a lot of horrible decisions and mistakes. I've hurt people. People have hurt me. But the point is learning, growing, knowing the power of our words that we speak. Are we speaking life or death? Well, we need to be looking at our conversations. Are we speaking more life? And even when we make mistakes, it's okay not to punish ourselves. We're not God. So, with that being said, I'm telling y'all, you don't want to miss next week's videos. They're going to be popping and have some special gifts coming on my channel. So if you have any crazy ideas, let me know in the comments below. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying All Pink Everything August. Tomorrow, I may or may not have a special video. Who knows? Stay tuned. I love you guys. Have a blessed week. And I will see you tomorrow. I'm happy. I got coffee. I'm late. I gotta go. I gotta go.